I got a call from a friend last week. She sounded tired and told me a story you might recognize. She suspected something was off with her partner, so she checked his phone while he showered. She found messages she wished she hadn't seen. When she confronted him, he got angry, called her crazy, and made her apologize for not trusting him. By the end, she was apologizing for breaking his trust, not him for lying. This story isn't unique. I've heard it countless times. It's easy to spot red flags in someone else's relationship. We're quick to defend our friends, to see the manipulation, to say you deserve better. But when it's our own relationship, things get blurry. We make excuses. He's just stressed, or she didn't mean it. We minimize the hurt, rationalize the behavior because the alternative, admitting someone we love is hurting us, is too painful. So we silence our inner alarm. The gap between how we advise friends and how we treat ourselves is huge. It's a sign of how stuck we can get in unhealthy patterns. Sometimes we accept poor treatment because we think it's all we deserve, or we're afraid of being alone. This isn't a personal failure or weakness, it's a learned pattern, one that can be understood and changed. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Recognizing the pattern is the first step. You can break free from it. You deserve honesty, respect, and safety. Don't ignore your inner voice, it's trying to protect you. Emotional abuse isn't always obvious. It doesn't have to be shouting or physical harm. It's often subtle, a pattern designed to control, undermine, and make you question your reality. It erodes your confidence and happiness, leaving you lost and isolated. The goal is power and control. Abusers chip away at your independence, criticizing your friends, making you feel guilty for seeing family, or mocking your choices. These aren't just opinions, they're tools to isolate you. The more isolated you are, the more you depend on them. This is a deliberate strategy. Emotional abuse is confusing because it's inconsistent. One day, your partner is loving, the next, cold and distant. This keeps you on edge, always trying to get back to the good times. You start to believe their moods are your fault, but you're not responsible for managing another adult's emotions. Emotional abuse is a climate, a pattern of manipulation, intimidation, and control. It includes criticism, humiliation, gaslighting, and monitoring. The wounds are invisible, but real. Recognizing this pattern is the first step to breaking free. You're not imagining it. It's happening, and it's not your fault. You deserve better. There is a way out. To understand why we stay in painful relationships, we need to look at our past. Schema therapy helps us do this. Schemas are deep beliefs about ourselves and the world, formed in childhood. If you had a critical parent, you might develop a defectiveness schema, feeling unlovable or flawed. As an adult, you're drawn to critical partners because it feels familiar. When criticized, you think, see, I'm not good enough. Another schema is abandonment. If you were left alone as a child, you fear people will leave you now. This can make you anxious, clingy, or willing to tolerate bad behavior just to avoid being alone. Schemas aren't conscious choices. They're powerful, automatic patterns. Schema therapy also talks about modes, emotional states triggered by these schemas. For example, criticism can trigger your vulnerable child mode, making you feel small and worthless, or you might become a compliant surrenderer, agreeing just to keep the peace. The goal is to strengthen your healthy adult mode, the part of you that sees these patterns and chooses a healthier response. You can change the story. You're not stuck. Healing is possible. You can learn to choose differently. Emotional abuse doesn't leave bruises, but its weapons, words, silence, manipulation, cut deep. Gaslighting is a common tactic, denying things they said, making you doubt your memory, calling you too sensitive. Over time, you stop trusting yourself. Another tactic is love bombing, overwhelming you with affection, then suddenly withdrawing. You're left desperate to get back to the good version of your partner. This creates an addictive cycle, keeping you hooked. Jokes can be weapons too. Cruel comments are brushed off as just joking, making you feel like you're the problem for being hurt. If you object, you're told you have no sense of humor. If you stay silent, you absorb the insult. These aren't jokes, they're attacks. Monitoring and isolation are also common. It starts with questions about who you're texting, then escalates to discouraging you from seeing friends or family. The goal is to cut you off from support, making you easier to control. These behaviors aren't love, they're ownership. If you recognize these patterns, know they're not normal or acceptable. You deserve respect and freedom. Abuse is never your fault. You can break the cycle. There is help. You're not alone. Reach out. Emotional abuse isn't just an external battle, it's an internal one. The abuser's behavior triggers your schemas and pushes you into painful emotional modes. For example, gaslighting can activate your vulnerable child mode, making you feel small and confused. You might cry easily, feel shame, or believe you're the problem. Or you might slip into compliant surrenderer mode, agreeing to everything just to keep the peace. On the outside, you seem calm, but inside, you're silencing your needs. The abuser's goal is to silence your healthy adult mode, the part that sets boundaries and trusts itself. Emotional abuse creates a fog, making it hard to hear your healthy adult. Healing begins when you start listening for that quiet, wise voice again. It's still there, waiting to be heard. Your reactions are normal responses to an abnormal situation. You're not weak, you're surviving. You can reconnect with your true self. You can heal. You're stronger than you think. Don't give up. Recognizing abuse is the first step, healing is the next. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Make a private list of red flags in moments that hurt or confuse you. This isn't to build a case against your partner, but to validate your own experience. Define your non-negotiables, what you need to feel safe and respected. These are your basic rights, not selfish demands. Healthy love feels safe, not like a test you're always failing. In a healthy relationship, you can say no, express yourself, and be respected. If you decide to leave, prioritize your safety. Quietly reach out to someone you trust. Save money, make copies of important documents, and know where you can go. Domestic violence hotlines can help you make a safe plan. Leaving is a process. Be patient and gentle with yourself. You're not crazy or too sensitive. You're waking up. You're not alone. There is hope for a different future. You deserve to be free and safe. Healing is possible. Take one step at a time. Trust yourself. You are worthy of love and respect. Your new story can start today.